Yes, yes, people. It's Where the Owl Sleep, and we're back with pre-game. It's been a while, but we're gonna run it again. Stocks is here, of course. How's it going, Stocks?
Yeah, very good, mate. Looking forward to doing this. It's been a while since we've got the old tactics pad out and everything. I'm looking
Yeah,
forward to it.
yeah. We've been slacking. To be fair, there's no hiding. We've been slacking out, but we need to get this running again. And as for the return, we have brought in a guest, friend of the show. I go on his channel now and again. His tactical insight is always fantastic on a Tuesday night. Oh, actually, now they run it Monday nights on Spurs Kings TV now. It's Ashmatic from Spurs Kings TV. How's it going, bro? Big
Yeah,
up.
brothers. Yes, thanks for having me on. Big up. First time on the show. I'm excited to talk all things football, man. Let's get into it.
Love
Nice
this.
one.
Yeah, that's it. Straight into it. Fantastic. Thanks for coming on, bro, because it was like a last minute shout. Shouted you last night and we're running it. So let's do it.
This is it. Let's go.
But today's focus, the Manchester Derby. Manchester Derby. Big game for many, many reasons. Like Man City need to get themselves as close to Arsenal as possible. Manchester United are in a new phase. They're changing. Things are changing at Man United. Amarim is gone.
Another
they're
new
looking-
phase.
Yeah, another new phase. Amarim's gone. They had a one-game interim, and now it's Michael Carrick. What are people feeling about this interim appointment?
Ex Middlesbrough guy. I hear it. No.
Geordie born, ex-Middlesbrough Michael Carrick.
What a mix up, bro. It's crazy, isn't it? Obviously, Spurs as well. He used to play for us.
He's played for all our teams. He came through Newcastle's academy, played West Ham, played Spurs.
Yeah.
Do you reckon
Man United as well.
it's
Yeah.
rare in that no one dislikes him? Everyone has goodwill for Carrick
Yeah.
because everyone enjoyed him as a player 'cause he was a lovely footballer. Perhaps underrated.
Yeah.
I feel he was.
I think you had to watch him every week to really appreciate how good he was.
I mean, I could do with a Michael Carrick right now, if I'm being honest.
Like, who couldn't? Who couldn't? Right? Jeez.
Yeah, he's a top player, top professional, and I do like his footballing ideas. And I like players like him because they see the game a little bit different to others. I think that's why they're admired so much. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he brings, different to what he had from last time to this new Manchester United setup after Amarim.
Yeah, same. I'm excited to see it because he was a thinker's footballer, wasn't he? And he was one of them that I think people in the dressing room with him probably would have turned around and said, "Yeah, I can see him being a coach. I can see him being a manager." Because he thinks about things in a different way. I think it's interesting to see. I just think potentially the club's wrong for him. But if it was any other club, I'd wish him well. But I just don't want to see Man United turn this around. I'm sorry.
Here, here.
Does anyone think he could get top four with them? Like, I know it's a wild shout, like it's early shout as well. But does anyone think he can do like a level where he's pushing that top four, top five conversation, and at the end of it, like United fans are like, "Wait, should we hire Carrick?" Like, it's kind of crazy to sack him now. He's got the team playing well.
Stocks, I'll let you go first on that one.
Do you know what? I think it could happen. I think there's players there. If you can keep the goals out, I think there's enough players there to get that lightning in a bottle for a period of time and get on a run. Because like Mbeumo will be back soon. I've always liked Cunha, and he's in recent years he's been a lot more consistent. When I used to watch him at say like Hertha and Leipzig, Fernandez is back fit again. He can load the gun. Like, it's possible. But what I'd worry about, if Carrick done really well and they said, "Oh yeah, let's extend it," then the usual Man United fuckery would start and it would get dragged back down and tarred with that brush that a few others have done in recent years. And like I say, I quite like him still, so I don't want him marred, chewed up and spit out by the system.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate side of this because I don't think he can get top four. That's not me having a slight at Carrick. I just don't think Man United can get top four. I think they had a slight turnaround with Amarim, and keeping him was probably his best chance because they were just starting to look a little bit better. But bringing someone new in, I think, has completely destroyed that. I feel.
I agree, man. I think halfway through a season, getting rid of a manager where Manchester United, they were performing relatively on track I thought. Do you know what I mean? If you look at their underlying stats and their metrics, it looked like attacking wise, they weren't too far from like it all coming together and clicking. Yes, style of play. There might have been some concerns or some frustrations because a lot of the fans weren't happy with the back five, especially when they're playing teams that they should be dominating. They said, "Oh, while we're at home, why are we playing 5 defenders? Like, why not go for it and play an extra midfielder and actually go for the attack?" But yeah, they are where they are now, and it's going to be interesting to see where things take off. I think it won't do any like disservice to Carrick, whatever happens right now, because of the case and situation. Do you know what I mean? I think it will do anything. It will do anything but damage. I think it will do positive. So yeah, Carrick's. I think it's gonna be very interesting to see how he sets up tactically. I'm sure we're gonna get into it right now, man.
Yeah. We'll definitely get into that in a little bit. Yeah, I agree. To be fair, I think he has to do horribly wrong for it to affect him massively. So yeah, we'll see where that goes. What I'd like to look at first is their each team's last Premier League game, basically. So we're going to run it first with Man City Brighton 1-1 draw. Base stats, pretty straightforward stuff. Looked like a game they should have won to me, but again, dropping points, not looking as great at the back. And did either of you actually see this game?
No, I heard a lot about it though. I heard a lot. I heard how Brighton had the better of the chances. They should have scored. Man City didn't really push them all the way. That's what I heard.
I was a highlights one on this one myself.
Yeah, it was one of those that kind of went that City had early chances, didn't kill the game off, and then Brighton came on strong late.
Ah, I see.
So because they left them in the game, Brighton then sort of grew into it, got a little bit more hope, and started playing a little bit better. So
Man City have fallen foul to that recently a couple of times for me. I watched one the other day, and they should have been miles clear at half time, like almost cricket score. And they're letting silly goals in, and obviously we haven't even mentioned this yet. It looks like they might be plugging that gap with another bargain.
Yeah. Let's talk about it. Like Mark Gahey to Man City. Yeah, like for me, I'm saying this is a wrap. This wraps it up. This means they're just going to kick on. They're going to be like they're basically impossible to stop from this point for me. As much as they need to make up the gap, I think Arsenal still drop more points, and City now kick on and solve a lot of their problems.
It's interesting because, like, defensively, that's been their issue, hasn't it? Like Man City, they're not as strong as Arsenal defensively, and they bringing in Mark Gahey helps that, and he's another ball playing centre back, someone that could take it out and progress the ball. So. Is he going to be that? I always thought Man City, if they're to win, they have to outscore opponents. They have to, like, literally rely on their attack as opposed to trying to keep teams out and keep clean sheets, whatnot. But yeah, their defense week by week was just falling apart. Stones tried to come back in for fitness. He was their ball playing centre back. Sometimes they tried to invert him into midfield at times, like the old school City style. But then he picked up injuries, and that wasn't. They can no longer do that. Then Diaz has been in and out, and then Ake they tried to bring back, but it's like, yeah, he's lost a yard of pace now. He hasn't got that same amount of power that he used to have when he was younger, and so yeah, Mark Gray he answers a lot of those problems, man. Really good on the ball, as I said before. Defensively, he's a leader. From when I saw him at Palace, he used to talk a hell of a lot. I remember he was sorting out Shalaba, telling them where to go in the back three, like, move here, there. Set pieces again. He's a sure defender. England international. I remember when he was in England, like that's when people really started looking at him like, oh my days, you know what? He's actually a baller. We had a few problems at the back then, and he came in and he just looked smooth, no issues, no troubles, and yeah, City have got a good one there.
What are your thoughts on it, Stocks?
Very shrewd. I think it's a poor reflection on Liverpool because they wanted him so bad. Whether they, once bitten, twice as shy and thought, well, they were stubborn about it. Great signing for City. I don't think you can have too much leadership in your side, especially when you're in the chase, because they've got to catch up. And I don't know. I find him an intense defender with the way he does things. He's always strong to the point, but he has a very calm demeanor, and perhaps that would really help City because they it's funny to criticize them for all their purchases, but they do try and blood some younger players more so than other sides have done this year. Like Riley's got a tremendous amount of minutes.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of others here and there. So, you know, maybe a cool head who's been around the block. And do you know what? He's he's not always been in top teams. He's been in the trenches before, lower down the table. And these are all experiences that can add to the group.
Yeah, just to add to that as well, I forgot he was a Chelsea academy boy, wasn't he? And he's gone down to the Championship. I think he was at Swansea, I think. Earning his trade down there. He obviously came up, got loaned out again, and then eventually went on to Palace. So like he's been around different establishments and he's played in different different levels and tiers. Because I think when you're playing in the lower leagues, a lot of the balls it's high in the air. You know what I'm saying? You're having to deal with. So he's got that part of his game sorted. And then obviously in the Chelsea academy, they're probably taught to play out from the back. So then you can see he's a cultured football as well. So that's what you want. You want someone who's got education, still fairly young, but then, like you said, has a cool head, leadership skills, and can spread that on to the rest of the team. This gives them more reassurance so that they can push on, they can be more expressive. Because I know Pep wants to, you know, squeeze the pitch as much as possible, but he needs athletes to do that, to stop the transitions from happening.
Yeah, 100% on that one. Ash mentioned goals earlier as well. So I wanted the other signing that Man City have made in January already, as we've touched on goals. I think we kind of got to talk about it because he's hit the ground running. We've seen him a problem at Bournemouth. He's even more of a problem at City already. We know set pieces are key. He's got a big long throw at him. This is just another thing. They've added more goals. They've added more assists. They've added someone with a long throw they never really had before. And they've added Gahey already. And it's the 17th of Jan. And we're seeing no one else do anything. Like, these two additions for me are like, they're not playing games.
Precisely.
They're not playing games. They're like, right, we've got a gap to make up. Let's make up that gap and let's do it quick. And as much as it's not just for me, it's not just the additions to the City team. It's what this does to Arsenal, because they've been in front before, and they've been closed down, and they're looking at City all this season, going, yeah, they can be got at. They can be got at. Maybe they're missing a bit of this, and City have gone out in Jan and gone back. And now does that for me adds even more pressure on Arsenal, because they're like, rah, boy, these men are serious. They're coming quick.
Similar with Donnarumma at the beginning of the season. They thought, all right, maybe we can improve on a keeper. Found out it was available. Bang. No messing. You didn't have 3-4 weeks of rumours like, oh, he's available. Money on table. Thank you. It's like you say, they mean business.
Yeah.
And doing good business as well, like money-wise.
Yeah. It's not overspending, getting quality players at the right price, the right time, right age. I think the difference is, because I'm talking from my perspective, but wages, I think that's helped obviously get things over the line. I know Liverpool wanted both of these players, in fact, and funny enough, they've gone to City. And yeah, when you pay the right wages and you've got the right ambition, then like you're gonna get these type of players. And they're obviously in the title chase. Liverpool aren't, so I think that's what they had over some of these players. But in terms of what you were saying before, like, yeah, the intent is real. You know, they said, look, we need to do something, and something radical. And I don't think Arsenal can respond in this window. From what I understand, they need to get a player out before they can get a player in. So that kind of advantages Man City. And I think Man City, literally, I was looking at it the other day, someone put a little stat up, and they're literally replacing the players that they lost, like player for player, if you actually look at it. So it's interesting to see Semenyo there. And again, Pep, obviously at the start of the season, and even in January last season, he was saying, we need to be more like the Brightons. We need to be more like the, Newcastles, etc. at the time. Just kind of transitional beasts. And nothing else screams out more than a transitional beast than Semenyo. He's very direct.
100%.
He likes to run in with the ball, carry it a lot, take his man on, cut inside and shoot. And he's going to add that extra width and dimension something a bit different to what they had. Remember, Oscar Bob's injured, Savinho injured as well, but those two players never had as much goal threat as this guy here on the screen. So I think that's what Pep was trying to do by bringing him in. But interestingly, when I did watch him, from the times I've watched him, he hasn't like ripped up. He hasn't really ripped it up right now. I thought like in the last game, obviously the goals are there. So you're like, right, he's doing well. He started, he scored both games. Like what more does he need to do? But I think he's got another gear in him. Once he starts to learn his teammates, learns Haaland's movement, he's going to be able to pick him out more. But just think about Doku on one wing, like, and Semenyo on the other. I remember when they scored a goal and they went up to the fans, and I was like, "Right, is that a twin?" Because they were doing that same movement.
It's like Trevor Sinclair, Rufus Brevet after that goal. Them two doing
they're doing that and they're running. Crazy.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Because for me, this is just like, because everybody's going like, when Doku gets in product, they've just gone out and bought Doku with end product in Semenyo. Like they've just gone, no, let's not wait. Let's just get him in.
I think
we can just cause nightmares for fullbacks both sides.
Sorry, Mitch. I was saying Doku's really improved for me this season. I think he has actually found that.
He actually has.
And now with them two, if the defensive team are going to be properly spread across the pitch, because both of them are going to get chalk on their boots, aren't they?
Yeah.
So you're going to have like most people play with a 4, so they're going to be really stretched. So midfielders are going to have to come in and plug gaps. So then you automatically you feel more reassured at the back because they're having to pull so many players back in. Because maybe they'll get back to it again.
Yeah, well, I think it's, even if they don't get back to it, I think it's going to be an exciting ride for those that watch Man City as a neutral. Because there's going to be goals, there's going to be transitions. They've just done everything they need to do. Everybody was out there too leaky. Let's just go and sign the best shot stopper in the world. Now they've lost a few defenders. Gayhe's come in. Yeah, it's going to be wild, I think. But it's that time. Team news is in. The teams are in.
Oh, no guessing.
No guessing. No guessing. I was hoping we'd get there before the teams came in, but the teams have come in ever so slightly early. These are the teams for Man United against Man City.
Can I ask
Ahmad's in. Hey, Maino's in. I was going to predict that. I was going to say, I reckon they might put Mainu and not Ugarte because the fans have been screaming for it. Carrick's more of a footballing man. Oh, yeah. It's interesting.
I don't like Man United doing it in number order. I find that very displeasing. I like a position order on my team sheet.
I was going to say that. So leave that.
Ugarte out, man. Ugarte out.
Both of these images, I'm not sure I like either of them, to be honest. The number order stuff does my head in. Even when it's Newcastle, I'm like, what? I've got to piece it together to see how we're playing. Like, just put it in position order. Yeah.
Maybe it's to confuse the opposition as well. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe a bit.
And
I feel the Man City one's doing too much. It's just like, why is every player's got a signature on it? Why? You're doing too much, bro.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. There's a lot of interesting players in that. I like. They've got, as I said, Mainu. Ahmad starts as well. Mbumo, so they would have them both on the wings. So it looks like he's going for that 4-4 or 4-2-3-1 by the looks of it. What I'm reading so far. Dalu, Maguire, Martinez.
Let's line it up. This is set up as of their last Premier League games. So there will be a few tweaks to be made. The back four for Man United needs Maguire. So let's get rid of.
I made a mistake, man. I had Heaven in my team.
I was debating it today as well, you know.
I was going to take him out and put Van Dijk in quick. And I was like, oh, shit, the time. I've got to get ready for the show. And I left it like a donut. I was like, oh, I should have just...
Where's Mainu? Let me find Kobe.
Yeah, man, I should have just put them in. But, yeah. Kobe in as well. No, Ugarte. Obviously, Cunha out as well.
That surprised me. First one that strikes out straight to me, Maguire straight in. Whilst Mitch is team twiddling,
Yeah. Maguire straight in.
Well, that's it. The Man United team that's it. It's done, isn't it? Oh,
Sesko's on the bench as well.
Yeah, Sesko's on the bench, and Ahmad's
oh
in.
wow.
Ahmad's in.
So
it.
Ahmad's in. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'm guessing Mbeumo's going to have to be that front man. I think they're really going to be looking to maybe sucker him in and hit him on the break because there's a lot of pace in that forward three, isn't there?
Yeah.
Now that's on the screen, yeah, I'm looking at that thinking, I actually don't know if that setup's right. I don't know. I can't figure out what formation they're going to play because, like, we've seen Dorgu can play wing back. We've seen Shaw as a left side of a back three. Like,
maybe
I'm not sure now.
Maybe that's the point.
Yeah.
As Ash said, a little bit of misdirection, like calling the other team. Maybe they're just trying to. And obviously, it's Man City. Sometimes they're really on you, and then sometimes they have their breather. Maybe Carrick's gone for that little bit of flexibility. I find it interesting that he's gone straight from Maguire. Like, I know he's been much maligned, but I felt he's never quite as bad as he's made out, and he has his uses in certain times. Yeah. So a lot of Man United supporters have probably got their head in their hands, but I wouldn't be so dejected about that myself.
Yeah. Semenyo and Silva. Is it who's on the right wing?
It's got to be Silva, isn't it? Bernardo's the guy that just seems to like sit into a spot but float everywhere.
Yeah.
So I'm missing Rico Lewis. So even this is a bit baffling as well, you know.
Yeah. He's pulled another.
They've both played a slight little curveballs for me.
Yeah.
I didn't even have Rico Lewis out from the bench. I didn't expect it at all. So who goes where now? What the hell? That must be. That's the only way that makes sense to me.
Well, Lewis has played in midfield, you know. Lewis
all right, let's put him back in there then. Nunes has near enough always been a footballer in a minute.
He felt like he was doing a alarm project with Lewis for a little while, didn't it?
Yeah.
You know, like the sort of holding mid, box to box,
tucks in from right back into the double pivot at times.
Yeah, Lewis.
But now maybe he's transitioned him into a midfielder. Because
that's why. No, sorry, that's me. Ignore me. He's not even playing. It's like that.
Oh, so Lewis is right back then.
So Lewis is right back, because Nunes isn't even playing.
Nunes isn't there, yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
So Foden, Rodri has to start in it, as we know.
Yeah.
Silva and Foden, the 2 10s. And then the 2 wingers are Doku and Semenyo with Haaland up front, of course. And the back line speaks for itself. You know what I mean? Elaine, is that Elaine? Is that how you say his name?
Elaine,
he had a good debut. He started well. He thought he looked all right. He looked decent.
He looked decent against us. I'm surprised they haven't gone with the other young boy that's been playing left back. Always forget his name.
Not Rico.
No, the tall brother.
You just said his name as well.
O'Reilly.
O'Reilly. Yeah, because he inverts a lot. He's quite strong and tall.
He came off the other day. He was playing centre mid against you, weren't he, Mitch? And he came off. I thought it was because he was on a booking, but maybe he tweaked.
No, he's on the bench.
He's on the bench.
He's on the bench. Aït-Nouri's on the bench as well.
Turkey's on the bench. Reinders is on the bench.
Yeah, so they've
got options. They've got
options.
On your
so
notes,
initial
for a little asterisk. Subs are scary.
Yeah. Must be nice.
Thoughts, where do you reckon each team will get a little bit of joy going forward here?
Bruno for me is the danger guy. And Bruno obviously as well. He's their main threat. But yeah, Bruno further forward, I'd imagine, dictating, having a free role sometimes, just getting on the ball. Because I think what's his face? Their last manager used to do. He used to bring Fernandes a little bit deeper. And I think Carrick pushing him higher up, you're going to see a lot more attacking intent from Bruno Fernandes, and his vision should help unlock whatever Man United are trying to create in that front line. He should be the man that kind of has the control. He has the power to do his thing. So I think between him and Bruno, I do like Diallo though. I do like Ahmad. I'm a big fan. I can't lie. It's very exciting for me on that right wing. And I expect him and Mbumo to swap at times. Maybe Mbumo pulls over to that right wing at times, yeah. And then Della comes over. Dogu will, hold width. That's why I thought maybe Cunha might come in, but Fernandez will pick up in that left-hand space, I'd imagine, as a 10. As Dogu's holding that width. Yeah.
So you'll probably see it a little bit more like that, really.
A little, diamond or a box kind of formation. But I expect them to have a lopsided 4-4-2 at times when they don't have the ball in that kind of mid-block kind of, just to kind of disrupt what, because City like to play through the middle, don't they?
Yeah. So you reckon, who do you reckon the winger drops in? And
they sort of, the winger drops in and
they sort of sitting deep like that.
Deep, yeah. I think something like that. Not necessarily a low block, maybe like a mid block, but mid to low block. Actually, you're right. I'd say just to disrupt that. So City would have to figure out a way to get over that. So at times you might see from goal kicks, especially, them go long to maybe play over that mid block. Which obviously is on City like, but they've got the players for it now with Doku and Semenyo starting. I would imagine that will be their route. That's when I spoke about earlier, they need to be more like the Brightons and those type of transitional teams. This is where it comes into play.
Yeah. No, fair point. So I agree with a lot of that, to be fair. And I think that's probably why Carrick's gone with Maguire over the other centre backs. Because aerially, if they're going long into Haaland, who else from their sort of set of centre backs would you want trying to compete to win that first ball? Because the key, even after that, the key behind it is going to have to be the second ball. And I think for me, I know I've said this loads of times, and Stocky probably hears me banging on about Mainu way too much. I feel if it does get to the point of second ball, he's not proactive enough. His defensive awareness is awful. And he's going to have to be on point today if City do go long and they try and scrap for second balls, because he's not been good at it ever for me. So if they keep winning the second ball in that area, they're going to get shredded, I feel.
Yeah, that midfield of Casemiro, Mainu defensively, I think that's why I think they'll do a 4-4-2 and they'll keep it narrow and compact to kind of compensate for the lack of legs.
So do you reckon we could kind of see sort of them tucking in Dorgu going in there and it's still being a 4-4-2, just being really tight and compressed?
That's what I mean. Exactly that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, we did. Newcastle do that quite a lot, to be fair. The fullbacks tuck right in and then the wingers come back in and sort of go into like wing back spots while still playing on the wing. And then when we win it, they break super, super quick.
Yeah, I think the extra man will be Lewis. He's going to be joining that front line at times when they're blocking.
So really, we're going to see Haaland. Silva normally picks up these spots. Doku will be touchline. Semenyo will be touchline.
Yeah.
Foden, Rodri will sort of create a little bit of a back three-ish.
Yeah.
Alan will push up, and Lewis again. He'll be more there, I think.
Yeah.
I've never seen Alan at left back, so I'm not really sure of his positioning. I'm going to go sort of there for now. I think you'll see a lot of this. Rodri on the ball, the two centre backs either side of him, and would sit that kind of setup. Obviously, Donnarumma.
Or if we're not sure, we could say it could be a 4-2-4 at times if we're not sure on Alan's positions, because they have done that in the past, a 4-2-4, or 4-1-4-1. I've seen that as well for City. But I think this formation, a free kind of 3-2-5 or 3-3-4 kind of formation, that could be something that they try to impose against Manchester United. I think Man United might allow them to have the ball by having those speed demons on there with Dalot and Mbumo. They want space to run into to attack. So this could be very much the tactic from Carrick.
Yeah, could be win the ball early, maybe get Dalot and Fernandez a little bit higher up. Maybe even they drop Fernandez in and go with them two, because then if they win it, they've got an even better out ball. This is like I like the curveball from Carrick, to be honest. This is already good for me, because it's like I don't think anybody knows exactly what they're going to do, how they're going to set up, who's going to be in what spots.
I think Mbuma will be in the 2, the 4-2. I think he will because Diallo has played in wing back. He has played wing back before, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's just a question of who joins who, though, because it could be Fernandez and Buemo, it could be Dallas and Buemo.
Yeah, combinations that could happen. You're right.
Yeah,
I think if anyone's going to have the right to at time, like you have a pick time to be lazy, just to make sure you occupy the City defensive players, it would be in Buemo, because quite simply, he's got the speed and he's an extremely reliable finisher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and he's got the ethic. I think he's got an excellent work ethic that is really underrated, because we know it's already been mentioned like 3 or 4 times today. You can get at City if Mbeumo's buzzing around you. It's really going to be quite difficult. You have to be sharp the whole game, and that's a good gamble. And Carrick knows they're going to have to defend, so he's put lots of pace on. So for that one shot, when they're just keep it honest for as long as you can, and they've always got an out ball. It's so important, because how many times over City people pull too many back, and you have an isolated man that's by himself, and you've got no speed to get to him and support. If they can get the ball out, it's going to be support there quite quickly. And if you drop it off, it goes to Fernandez, who's well famed for his vision and passing ability. And if he's got the runners ahead of him, he's got someone to hit.
That's why I've just made that tweak. That little tweak that I've just made, which now looks like a midfield 3 with the 2 up. That was the only reason I made that tweak. So when it breaks down, it's easier to get the ball to Fernandez. To then, if it drops to him, he's then got ball at the pass in there, whatever the run's made, he's the one most likely to make that pass.
Casemiro can do it as well, but it's more likely to be Fernandez.
Yeah, Casemiro can do it, but I think Fernandez sees it quicker.
Yeah.
So if you've got like a split second to play it, it's more likely to be Fernandez that just goes bang and plays it, whereas Casemiro needs a little bit more time to settle himself before playing it.
Yeah, correct. I agree. It's interesting. I want to see how you guys would perceive if Manchester United had the actual ball as well, because we're talking about Man United defending a lot, but let's see what they would do.
Let's move everybody back. I need to play about with this app more, because I've seen people using it and they just click a button and everything goes back to how it was.
I think you did it though. You did it. You pressed a square. You squared it. You moved it.
Oh yeah. I can do that one where you just drag the whole team about.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've seen literally they've moved everybody around into certain positions, and then all of a sudden they just go bang, one button, and everybody's back in exactly their starting positions. I was just like, how?
Yeah, there is a button like it kind of resets it. I've seen that as well. Press a button.
So who we going as through the middle? We going on Buemo?
I would myself, because
So
it's got reliable finishing.
Yeah.
Fernandez is normally he's going to be ball. Casemiro,
left hand space.
Martinez, Maguire.
Again, whilst you're shifting,
I think he's just going to track, to be honest, and he's going to cover.
Whilst you're shifting, I can really see him putting pressure on the right-hand side of Man City's defence, whilst isolating their left back with Diallo. They're like, let's get him one-on-one with him.
Yeah.
Make sure he's one-on-one. And also, Kirtzikov, when did he sign? Was it last winter? Or is it the summer?
I think that was one of the last January ones, wasn't it? Where he had that nightmare against Chelsea.
Yeah, he had a bit of a mare against Leyton Orient in the FA Cup as well. I remember that. So they might want to. Buemo might be hanging around on his shoulder, if you know what I mean. Like waiting for, ready to pounce on a mistake. Fernandez could go over on that side. Again, Borgo and Lewis, it's a tough matchup for Lewis, because again, I don't think he's played that much. Was it an injury or just non-selection recently for Lewis? Does anyone know?
I've not really got much of an idea. I don't really know, Let me.
No, neither do I. But I think it's safe to say he hasn't played loads of football. So, and Dorgu seems he's not in bad form, I'd say. He's definitely match fit.
He's a weird one. Dorgu's a weird one for me. I'm still a little bit unsure of what his position is meant to be.
Exactly.
He doesn't look like a fullback. He doesn't quite look like a winger. It's odd.
he basically used to play wing back, didn't he? He used to play as a winger actually. I think he came from Lecce, was it Lecce? And he played left wing back. He played right wing as well, and he's played left wing as well in his career. So he basically is quite similar to I would say Spurs's Udogie, similar kind of profile.
Okay.
But yeah, he has been deployed because of his pace and his strength. He's been deployed on the wings at times. But yeah, at Manchester United, he hasn't really pulled up any trees. I think it's a couple games recently, he scored a goal. I think, was it in the FA Cup? I can't remember. He scored a goal anyway.
Scored against us, didn't he, on Boxing Day?
All right, that's what it was, yeah. So he scored against you lot, and then since then, his performances, I've seen him pick that ball up, be a bit more adventurous, and he's had a lot more courage in his displays. So that's why I think he's been getting a run of games. But you're right. I think a lot of Man United fans aren't really sold on him from what they've seen so far.
Yeah.
But he is still quite young. The Danish fullback, he's still quite young. So we'll see what happens. I think his family's from Nigeria as well, similar to Udogie. So that's why the similarities are there. You know, powerful, stocky kind of winger. Do you know what I mean? It's deployed at the back. But that's why I think, yeah, he's gone for sure for discipline. Dogu again as a winger. I thought they were going to do is put Diallo Ahmad there as a left winger, and I'm going to have Dogu as the right winger.
Right here,
yeah, that's what. Yeah, and then Mbemo out there at times. But yeah, originally, what I thought before the team sheet came up, I thought they were going to take Dogu out, or maybe put Dogu as left back, not have Shaw there, and then they were going to have Cunha up top or Sesko up top, because Sesko.
I thought they would have gone for a Cunha or a Sesko just to get at City more.
Yeah,
as just like a physical presence up there. So if it does go long, he can hold it for a bit, play someone in. I thought that's what they would go with.
But he's gone a bit more defensive, I think, by having like Shaw and Dogu there. Do you know what I'm saying? So I do think Shaw and Dogu will be on that left hand side. But
do you think it is more of he's done it for a defensive thing or just for a surprise? Like, because as we're looking at it now, we're saying we can't figure out how they're going to play, and I doubt many people apart from the coaching team actually know what the setup is at the minute.
I said at the start, I don't think Carrick in his first game is going to go gun ho. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's going to be a bit more pragmatic and sensible, and think, how am I going to stop City, as opposed to like bringing it to City, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So that's the reason why he's gone with that selection.
Yeah. I feel that's a dangerous one, because when you've got the ball, like in these situations, the way I've set it up is kind of how they'd kind of naturally, all these players I feel would naturally want to play in their positions.
Yeah.
But then if you're trying to stop City, you could end up with people with it more like that, and you're just playing in front of them because you're a little bit worried of what goes the other way when you lose it.
Yeah.
So he needs to make sure he's got the balance right, so that he's trying to get your Fernandez's or your Mainus in these little half spaces here between the midfield and the defense to try and call something different.
No, you're right.
It's just this position here that's confusing me. Like,
well, maybe Bruno Fernandes plays more of a false 9/10 kind of role. So he's more advanced than we think, and then we've got Mbeumo out wide, hitting those kind of half space areas, and maybe you've got Ahmad doing the same thing on the other side. That's another potential.
Potentially. Or wait, what if it was like that? No, I don't need him. They're like a 2.
Yeah, it could be a 2 even, yeah.
Could be like a 2. Could be like a 5-3-2-ish type deal. Where these two sit in.
Yeah.
These two sit deep. And that means Shaw and Maguire, depending on who he wants to go 1-for-1 for Haaland. Casemiro gets a bit closer, and they play a little bit like that. Where these two are just like a front 2. And they pull wide, they pull into spaces, and they set up solid, because they've got the system for it. Shaw tucks in, Martinez or Maguire plays central, the other plays the other side, then Dogu, Dallo, wing backs.
Yeah, I agree with this system. I think this is it.
And from there, Fernandez, you don't always see it, but he does really well at sometimes just ghosting into the box out of nowhere. Like you assume that he plays deeper and he wants to make the passes, but when he sees it, he really does sort of evade a marker to find himself in the box. He does pick and choose that very well, because every time he does it, I still go, oh, he's found himself there, sort of thing. It catches me off guard.
Yeah, I think, do you know what? It's because like he plays in a position attacking wise that I played in quite a lot, that you're not your most full attacking midfielder, but you're also not the most defensive. You sort of float in areas. So when you do make that run in the Prem, obviously at amateur level, it's normally just man for man, just go with the guy. But in the Prem, you pass players on. And because he has to be passed on twice before he gets into the box, by the time he's in the box, he hasn't been passed on properly. And he's just there on his own, because he would likely be in and around either Foden or Silva. So when he starts making the run, he'll be like, right, Rodri's man. And then he carries on and they'll be like, right, now you're at a point where it goes to someone else. So by the time he's there, everybody's just left him.
Yeah.
But it'd be interesting to see, how do we feel that Man United get at City the best? I feel they're more likely to get at them on the break rather than hoarding possession side to side, breaking them down.
Yeah, definitely. I think that was what we were getting at the start of the show. I think, as we said, at times a 4-4-2, maybe sometimes, as you said here, in a 5-3-2. Just going to try and frustrate them as much as possible, be disciplined. So as you said, back five there, and then you got the three in front, and then these two here defending those zones. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's making it compact.
I think there's a couple of players there that, like I picked up on earlier on, Eleni and Kurtzikov. I think they'll want to get them isolated with them quicker players, force them to defend, or force them to defend well, if you know what I mean. Because sometimes you just fancy your matchups in like a kind of NFL way. You quarterback be Fernandez, and you go, yeah, I really fancy Dalao on this one, and he's gonna go for it, and just pick and choose. Yeah, pick and choose your time, and you trust Fernandez to pick the right one. I would play it like that.
That's what I would do. So it'd be the plan would be whoever gets the interception, Fernandez is the guy who's a little bit floaty. Find him, then attack, then try and find whoever's making the run and go from there. And then these two just need to be really clever with their runs, because that's probably one of the hardest things, is keeping on side. Like, don't wait for the breakdown and just run. Know the pass is coming before you go.
Do you think a matchup on the right-hand side might be Semenyo versus Dorgu, and then on the left side it will be Doku versus Dalot?
Could be. I think we'll see variations of it.
Yeah. Oh, you think they will step over at times, John?
Yeah, I think we'll see Semenyo and Doku switch, same as I feel we'll see Dalot and Bremo around the other way at times. And I think that's what we'll see regardless of the formation. I think between those four players we've just mentioned, they will swap with the guy on their team quite a lot, just to keep things different.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting battle for matchups. Interesting to see how Bernardo Silva and Foden play, because sometimes Foden, I've seen him go missing at times, and
to be fair, that will probably be more like that as well. Foden and Bernardo Silva. Silva loves playing left.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, right.
Where do you think Foden's most dangerous?
Foden's an anomaly for me. He's like, because he had that season where he scored a bag load of goals, but he was literally just doing touch and shoot. Like,
but wasn't he doing it from that right-hand side or central pockets, like more so? Because I feel like at this season he's been as a left 8 at times, and he's been trying to progress the ball and doing. He had a lot more workload on him. But with Rodri back in now, do we see him giving that freedom a little bit more, where he can go and attack and do what he knows best, like you said, touch, bang, and shoot, getting those kind of areas?
I think Rodri gives everybody that freedom. Like, the last thing you want to do as a midfielder, as a wide man, as a fullback bombing on is have to worry about what's happening behind you when you do it.
100%.
And
100%.
Rodri sort of protects that. It's like, right, I'm going to go. Rodri will fill a gap. Don't even really need to look over my shoulder. The defenders know what they're doing, and they've got Rodri for support. So let's just do what we do best going forward. Whereas where Nico Gonzalez is good, he's decent on the ball, good little player, but you don't have that same security. Like you're going and you're like, right, are we good? Are we good back there? Let's make sure we're good before I actually fully commit.
Are you surprised that Lewis started ahead of him? Not ahead of him, but they didn't include Nico Gonzalez as well in the midfield, because from a control perspective, a control point of view, where you've got both Rodri, he's defensively astute, and you've got Gonzalez as well, astute, but both of them can get on the ball and interchange at times, where Rodri can dictate, Gonzalez can sit back, and then vice versa.
I'm going to be slightly disrespectful to Man United here. This is one of them games for City where you don't need Gonzalez and Rodri. I feel Lewis is a little bit more, as much as he's been fullback quite a lot, I think he's a little bit more attacking than Gonzalez. He's a little bit less safe. And it's one of them. It's like Man United as a name is still big, but the reality is Man United are a bottom half of the table side these days, really, at the minute when you look at the quality of the teams. So City won't want to be sitting in there with two what you would call more defensive midfielders. You've got to cut loose. This is what we criticize Arsenal for. Why have you got two DMs against Wolves or something like that? This is what we criticize Arsenal for. So if Man City did it now, we'd have to have the same criticism, really.
For me. Also, we've said about Rodri in his defensive positions, and he makes everything assured. In his excellent season the other year, he did come up with a few clutch goals when needed, and teams get so concerned about keeping your Haaland, Fodens, Doku, in this case, Emmanuel Silva, and they keep, when Man City keep passing it across the edge of the area, trying to find that gap. Rodri would just sit back. Then when his needs, all of a sudden he steps up, and then that's the extra number that tilts it the other way. Because he's just as proficient further up the pitch with his passing, positioning, and he doesn't mind having a dig as well, which I do find City nice to watch. But sometimes I'm like, I just have a fucking shot. And then sometimes he will take that responsibility, and I like things like that. He'll go, I'll go against the manager because the shot needs to be done.
Do you think
off both feet as well?
Do you think post ACL though for Rodri, is he the same player defensively in terms of, like, lots of teams do like to transition on Man City, and can he get across the pitch as well as he did before this season? Is that a concern for them? Because obviously Man United have got a lot of runners there.
I think that's an excellent point, and I'd say probably not. ACL's not something you can be fit, but it'll take a long time to be back where you were. So, in many cases, people never reach that again. So it'd be interesting, and we kind of said it from the top. Carrick's got plenty of pace in there, so he knows what he wants to attack, and it's totally agree with you, mate. Maybe they're going to give him a very difficult afternoon, but you kind of counteract that with saying Rodri just knows where to put himself. Which not many people do on a pitch these days. They've got the physical capabilities to get there, but he just, like some ways in like Fernandes, he just knows how to get there without having to break his neck and running 100 miles an hour. He's just there. He's reading the game. So maybe it'll offset.
Yeah, we'll have to see, because it's like the ACL is whether he can get back there. I don't think the return to fitness, everybody's sort of talking about it as if he's just returned now. Like, he was back a few months back, played a few games, wasn't ready, but hasn't really been out of training too much. It's not like he had to have a couple of weeks to sit down and recover. He was just training lighter, had a little pre-season, and now they're running him back in. So I think this is as close to as you're going to get to full fitness without actually playing games. So be interesting to see if he has got the legs he used to have. So go from there. So just before we do predictions, actually, no, it's kind of double predictions. How do we actually think both these teams are going to line up? Because there's a few anomalies there. So between the three of us, let's see. I'll start moving players back in. If you disagree with anything, just shout as we're going. I think City's is a little bit more straightforward.
Yeah, they can play with two 10s in it or 2 8s, and then
Yeah.
we'll
I
play
think
with
the
wide.
only thing that might change is that,
Yeah,
but no idea.
that would be a very inexperienced centre back pairing.
True,
It'd be
very
risky,
true.
but they may fancy themselves. I don't know, but yeah, I'd say that's the only.
And then Man United, what do we change from where we are? Like, I
Shall I
don't know.
toss a coin?
We could probably do about 4 different ways, but what do you think?
I think you think you got it right, to be fair.
Yeah.
2 says Fernandez in the 10, Diallo, Mbeumo. Yeah, I'd have them in those positions. Dogu, kind of wing back, but more aggressive out the 2. Diallo sitting back a bit at times, so he'll create the back 4. So it'll be like a 4-2-4 at times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Defensively, for me, that looks quite good because if you sort of overlap the teams, yeah, I can do this. Let's go bang, big square. So if you fuck off, man. So if you overlap the teams, defensively, it's not that bad because obviously, as much as he's in a space at the minute, but it's more likely to be.
Shaw would drag wider, wouldn't be as tight. Shaw could drag over, and Dogu
or it'll be Dogu come back in, and they've got cover in the middle. So they've kind of got cover in all the attacking areas. It's just when Lewis and whoever the left back is, what they do about that.
Yeah. Because I think Shaw might be aggressive. He might be told to step up forward, or Maguire. One of these might be able to step forward.
Yeah, sometimes you see something a bit.
Yeah, you understand, and then he
probably be more. He's there, and Mainu pushes on, and if Lewis is coming into that space, you might see a little bit more like that.
Yeah.
Because
I have seen that before. I remember when they scored a goal, and it was all because like one of the centre backs was a bit more aggressive and proactive, and won the ball high up, and then got the turnover, played it in early, and then before you know it, goal. You know what I'm saying? So that could be a result at times. But
do you reckon Carrick's done this on purpose? Because obviously, if us three are sitting here going, "Oh, they could do this, he could do this." Do you reckon he's going to because we know how Pep will set his side up. It's just the instructions he gives them to counteract what Man United do, because he does. Do you reckon he's left it that fluid on purpose? Maybe he'll get Guardiola thinking.
Yeah, 100%. And I'll guarantee that Pep has sent a couple of the coaching team up into the stands and saying, watch that warm up intensely. Figure out what they're trying to do and what the system is and who's going to play where while they're warming up. Because if they don't know for sure, someone's going to have to figure that out before they go back into the changing room for the last time and have the final chat.
It'll be like Donnarumma, fall on the floor quick.
Yeah. 5 minutes in.
Oh, yeah, he's going to have his Nick Pope groin strain. Nick Pope groin strain after 20 minutes every game.
All right, bring him in.
Right, before we shoot, before we get on to the last bit, we've gone through the starting teams. Whilst we was moving stuff, there's a hell of a lot of attacking players on both benches.
Yeah,
we've said all of that. You've still got Cunha into the mix, Sesko, Reinders, O'Reilly can do that, and then you've got one of the informed players in Shirky as well. It's it should be a good game up until
Nori could come on and just create
Mason Mount
inside.
I've always thought Man United looked a better side this season with Mason Mount in it. Now that he's fit, I thought he's played quite well this year. So
he's played quite well. You're right.
There's lots of players to come on and change the game. So I don't think at any point this could get stale. I think it only goes stale if Man City pull away.
Do you think it could be a boring Manchester derby, or do you reckon it'd be exciting, full of like incident?
Man City got to win. They're in no let's keep it tight, and they've got to win games because they want to catch up. So they've got to attack. Man United have got a very pacey forward line. There will be gaps. So you just need that early spark to ignite it. You don't want them to get settled.
Manchester United, 84 wins, 54 draws. Man City, 63 wins in this Manchester head-to-head derby.
Okay, interesting. Man City are looking to close that gap then. Stocks, you said you had some stats before we started. You said you got a few stats. Before we get into predictions, let's hear it.
Some weird. I've just got to find it first because obviously I plagiarised them from BBC. Obviously, Man United lost 3-0 in the last game. The last time they failed to score in both league meetings with Man City was in 1973-74 season.
Damn.
Oh, Jesus.
Put some money on the score.
Yeah, Man City have won more league away games against Man United than any other visiting side, and only Liverpool have scored more goals at Old Trafford than Man City in the Prem. Man United have failed to score in 4 of the last 5 Premier League home games against Man City. They've not gone 3+ home games without a goal against Man City since a run of 4 between December 1911 and 1914. That's a long time. Only Bournemouth, West Ham, and Chelsea have dropped more points from winning positions than Man United this season. Michael Carrick's second stint, we know that. Erling Haaland has been involved in more Premier League goals against Man United than any other Man City player, 8 goals, 3 assists. Only against Brighton has Man City's Phil Foden scored more league goals than he has against Man United. This is all very Man City Pro on the BBC this week. Only Haaland and Thiago have been involved in more Premier League goals since the start of the season than Bruno Fernandes, who's had 3 goals and 7 assists. Fernandes leads the competition overall for chances created following line-breaking passes. I hate when they make up stats like that. That's 17 of them. And line-breaking passes that leads to shots, 30 this season.
Okay.
How creative to make more stats. Anyone think they're talking about Saka?
Little sliding at Saka before we close out. For those that like the numbers, percentage-wise, it looks like most places have got Man United as a 30% win expectancy. Man City at 50%. Obviously, the rest of that falls into the draw. And for guys that love a bit of XG against, all of that stuff, Man United have actually got the 3rd best XG in the league from what I'm looking at here. At home, they're 6th. Man City away are 5th. And XG against, Man City are the 3rd best away defense in the league for XG against, and Man United are the 5th best as well. So at home. So a few little interesting bits there for the guys that love the XG against and all of that. But that said, what are we saying? Score lines. We'll start
2-1 City for me. 2-1 City.
Go bang.
Straight in. No long team. You get me? Just straight City vibes. We need this. I think it's more heart than head at the moment. I'll be real.
Ash is thinking with his I don't want Arsenal to win the league hat.
City, I'm a City boy right now. You
His alarm clock was Blue Moon this morning.
That was it. Do you remember that baby blue Tottenham away shirt? He's got that ready for the game.
I still got it. If I need to bring it out, I'll bring it out, man. Trust me. City boys I'll say City boys for life, but City boys right now, man. City boys right now. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting when we play them, but I need them to get a job done.
Cool. Stocky, what are you saying?
3-2 City.
Cool.
Good game. Split them scores. I'm going to go 3-1 City. So where all City wins, I think that's what the logic dictates. But there's a lot of sort of anomalies here with Carrick coming in, changes to the side that could change that. But pretty confident shout for a City win. Before we go, Ash, thank you for coming on, brother. It's been fantastic having you on. We'll have to get you on for more of these, especially when the Tottenham games come around as well. For those that are watching who love the Tottenham Insight, go to Spurs Kings TV, Ashmatic's analysis. I'm not even a Tottenham fan. I watch it every now and again, and it's always educational. You find out more and more stuff. So trust me, watch that.
Watch this week's one. It's going to be very educational. Trust me.
No,
there you go.
I've got. Sorry.
Stocky, you might have to tune in, man. Trust me. You might.
You know what?
There's only one way I'm tuning in, mate.
In the comments like this.
You know what?
A
couple minutes before we go, because obviously the derby's coming around very quick. But 3 o'clock, there's a little matter of Tottenham versus West Ham. How are you two feeling about today's game?
I think basically the Conor Gallagher signing has lifted the Spurs fans, and I think that's given them and the team as well. So new face, a new body in the dressing room. I think that little bit of positivity is going to rub off on today's game. And the board have said to Frank, just a quick insight, he has to play front-footed football, or he has to at least change his tactics when he's at home. He needs to be more on the front foot. So with that being said, I think Spurs will come out a bit more aggressive with the new signing, a bit more energy. West Ham, in my opinion, behind the scenes, it looks a bit messy as it stands right now. We don't know if Pochetta's going to, be included in that team or not. Obviously, he's pushing away for a move. So there's rumors as well about like Bowen. Bowen's looking for a move, from what I'm understanding. So all of this unrest in the dressing room, I can only see it going one way, if I'm being totally honest. And if it doesn't, oh my days, fireworks.
Tune in even more to that Tuesday show if it doesn't.
Either way, it is a blockbuster. It's a blockbuster for me. I think I'm excited either way, man.
Cool. As a West Ham fan, Stocks, you got anything else to add?
Well, yeah. We're shit. We're going down. And I don't think today really matters, really. I think I totally agree with the Conor Gallagher point. And if Frank needs to play, attacking-based football for home games, you are hosting the perfect team for that. Honestly, we're dreadful. And, I can't dress it to say that we're any good. What I would say to all Tottenham supporters is, if by somehow West Ham win, you're in for an awfully long week, because we're fully aware we're dog shit, and if you lose to us, then it really is. I'd worry for Frank at that point, because I think the world can see how bad we are, but I genuinely don't see it happening. We're a poor side, and we get we're going to reap what we sow.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah,
interesting to see how that goes then. So, Ash, would you like to plug any other shows that you've got coming up before we jet?
No, I mean, Monday's the show. Just subscribe really to Spurs Kings TV. We do our rival show and stuff, so we do have football conversations at times. If you call it
this week's Rivals was perfect for that. We had 3 people maximum for the whole show, basically.
Yeah. So we had a proper football conversation
all the way through.
Yeah, it was plain sailing. But generally, it's a battlefield normally. But that's how we want our rivals, man. We don't want it too nice. But yeah, apart from that, you just catch me on other shows and other platforms here and there. Just look out for me. But yeah, thanks for having me on, Mitch.
Yeah, thanks for coming, man. Big up.
Hey, lovely to talk football with you, mate.
Nice.
And for us at Where the Owls Sleep, tomorrow we're running another pre-game. We're going for the Newcastle Wolves. Hopefully have another special guest for that as well. And then we're back Monday, 8:30, the usual, with the Parliament, Jack, John, Shuey, Samir. Check us out there. But until then, people, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Get us pushed out, get us into more algorithms. We love that, all that stuff. And have a wonderful weekend, people.
Enjoy the football, everyone.
Love. Manners.